I think it's more fun to think of this life as a choose your own adventure. I mean, it's all time and place and chance as far as a lot of what happens. But we get to make choices within that, which is great. And I think if I could have more choice over what my choose my own adventure would be, I'd want to. This is actually what I feel like I came here for, is to adventure in the realm of going through a life and having kindred spirit, like partner and bandmates. And they don't have to be the same. Like, I don't need a partner that's also a bandmate. But I just think it'd be so cool to have like lifelong ones that like we had the history of growing up together and hanging out together and watch our like music evolve over time and stuff. It's just sad to me how so many bands and groups and things are so short-lived here, and like before people get expired and they're like, I'm sick of this person, blah blah blah, because of this and that. And it's just, I think the honeymoon phase should last longer. Like, it's just because the honeymoon phase is so short here, it makes everything so boring. And everyone would say the opposite of what I like. I'm very different from a lot of people. A lot of people would say like, oh, it'd just be boring if you're with the same person the whole time. Well, it's like, yeah, that sounds boring when you say it like that, but if you evolve into being different people and how to like getting better at working together and like even like making your own language, you know, like it could be way more interesting than just like, oh, I'm tired of this person. And you guys get tired of each other after a few months or years or whatever, and then do it again with another person, same thing. And then like that to me is boring. It's like you're just like, it's like going through relationships like toilet paper. Like, they don't last very long. It's not like there isn't a whole lot of depth there to grow into. It's like you're planting on the gravel, like you're planting seeds on the gravel. Like there's nothing enriching to like build off of or whatever. So yeah, I would like to build those relationships, and within those relationships, like say in the band relationships, to really go deeper and deeper into like other levels of the spectrum of the felt presence of creativity. Because being someone that seeks that and chooses to curate it and procure it and in whatever kind of magical ways I can, I know like I'm all about that. Like I'm all about creativity and like writing new interesting material, interesting lyrics, interesting musical movement and motifs. Like it has to have that spark, it has to have that juiciness, that the sauce and gravy. It has to have something of which makes it yummy and delicious. And good relationships are like juicy bits, you know, because there's so much depth in them that you don't get all caught up over like petty differences and pedantic semantics or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'd love to have a challenge like that, have a fun, choose your own adventure kind of life where I have my own land and I get to build a venue and build a few different kinds of homes, all very uncontemporary or unconventional, and unique and interesting. And then there's so many places you could go from there, just being able to start off with those creative endeavors. And I'd love to actually have a choose your own adventure where I travel around with my band and play live all over the place. Sound familiar? Tours, of course. I'd love to go touring. That's the kind of adventure I'd like to do. So yes, I'm very adventurous. And what would you do in life if you could completely choose your own adventure, like where to start out? You know, start out with at least like a couple $100,000 so you can like build stuff and like start somewhere.